Hi there, everyone. My name is Mike Skrzynski, and I'm an artist and filmmaker, as well as a multimedia sort of guru, all of sort of computer stuff. And I'm actually here today, standing outside, and you can probably see in the back maybe a little bit, but at the Big 500 Art Show, which happens to be in the Pioneer Place Mall at this year, 2015. It's pretty awesome. I'm just really ecstatic to be part of it, but I have 10 pieces in total in a show of about 500 artists who also have about 10 pieces, or perhaps a little bit more, and it's just amazing. So it's one of those shows that I look forward to. I've been twice before, and frankly, it kind of blows my mind because there's such a variety and such a sort of quality that everyone puts in, and frankly, there's something for everybody. So I really like it. This year, I try to put a little bit more effort in. In fact, I try to do a little bit of something different every year. This year, I chose to do 10 pieces, all with the theme of luchadors, mostly with animals as luchadors. So just running with it.
Tired of being left behind. I'm sure the kids are too. I'm tired of standing in this line while they getting scraps out of you. Well, I see the sun set behind the city lights, and I hear the voice of lovers giving advice. My mind's made up. I'm gonna get right out of town, leave a trail of gas and burn it down. Time to get it harder. Felt to get tired. Everything's changing, and I'm just trying to keep my head above the water.
The Big 500 is one of those extensions of what I do on a regular basis, which in fact most of the time these days is comics, and I really like to illustrate and draw in general. But one of the things that I like to do and want to do as a career is a comic book artist, and frankly I want to do some writing as well, but I try to take that in stride and try to really take people's well, I work with a friend who does most of the writing, so that in itself is one of the things I like to do on top of the art, is collaborate. So as an artist, I like to take people's words and make them into something that is tangible, something that is visual, and can be expressed in hopefully a universal way. And as I said, the Big 500 is an extension of that. Much of the character design that I was doing for this show may in fact go into future comics, because the kind of characters that I do like to create are fantasy or fantastical. In this case, luchador animals. It's not something you see every day, so you might see some people dress up their animals and in costumes as luchadors even, because I saw a few of those photos while doing research online. However, I like to do things that people might not actually see in their everyday lives, or for that matter, at all. Of course, there are many imaginative people out there, so chances are I might have retread a little bit of similar territory. At the same time, I try to build on that. So it's the kind of thing that, as an artist, I have a tendency to check out a lot of stuff, but as someone who likes to create things, I like to make something that hopefully will expand people's visual knowledge. So that's always a very big goal of mine. On top of that, I like to work with people in filmmaking, and that is another extension. I would really like to do a lot more animation, but as time goes, it's going to be a little bit short, especially in the near future, as I welcome my first child. It's going to be exciting stuff, but a little scary at the same time. So as far as what I can say about it is that hopefully it'll be good time, but hopefully it'll also influence and inspire me to do some more creative and interesting work. And I definitely know that it's going to be one of those things that as I perhaps get less and less sleep, I might find myself, getting a little bit more surreal. So we can only hope that it actually channels into something good. One of the things that I mentioned that I do with comics is collaborate. And one of the collaborations I have currently in progress are with my friend Colin, who previously we had done one that was based on one of his stories about a crush that he had in the 8th grade. And that was called Amy in the Spring of 1990. Currently, we have one that's actually based on a dream that I had and wrote out and feverishly scribbled down one night, which was, well, let's just say it was a loose kind of interpretation of a story, which he happened to then hone into something a little bit more structured. And in the process of this, we've taken our time producing it, but I've essentially done the pencils, and as a little bit of a turn compared to the previous outing, he actually inked most of them. So we are currently trying to figure out how to distribute it, or even get it out to people, because we need to finish the little details. But hopefully come the March or so, we'll be putting it out on Kickstarter. And I should also mention the title of the project, at least currently, is called Detainees. So I will certainly put out more information eventually, but for the time being, what I can describe it as is a sort of surreal and Twilight Zone-like project or storyline, where several soldiers find themselves trying to find their way home after basically after all the battles have essentially finished, and they find themselves kind of alone and wandering. And they happen upon this bunker where they meet a young woman and her younger brother, and weird things ensue after that. So I'll have to keep you posted on the details, and you can read it for yourself.
Cutting loose, he's drinking